former Army intelligence officer, and among his many assignments, he also served as a Russia analyst for the U.S. military's European Command. Really great to have you with us. Is Russia going to be the next coronavirus flashpoint for Europe?
I would think so, for sure. Months ago, I remember telling some friends as it went from China to Europe, and Russia was just sitting there saying they had no cases. You didn't see the outbreaks in Russia like you did in Italy or in Spain or in other countries, as it was just blooming there. And Russia's right next to China. So it just never made sense that Russia was not going to have the pandemic at the scales that everyone is seeing now. And I think they're now just starting to fess up to the fact that it's a lot worse than it was a couple months ago. And so things are catching up for Moscow and for Kremlin and for Putin right now.
President Putin is already seeing a decrease in his approval ratings. How critical is all of this for Putin in terms of his political career?
I mean, he's fairly safe. He has the control of all the oligarchs around him. I mean, Russia is, to quote Sarah Kendzior, it is a transnational crime syndicate operating and masquerading as a government. And so he's protected by those people around him. But so long as those people around him are wealthy, he's safe. If they start not having as much wealth, then suddenly he starts to dip. And the other problem in Russia is that it has a very large demographic issue in that it is an aging country. Coronavirus, COVID-19, will attack and kill older people in a higher concentration, a higher percentage than it does younger folks. So he's looking at a couple problems right now. And if I'm Vladimir Putin, I'm probably a little bit nervous.
Josh, the economy was already in trouble before this, and we know how critical it is to Russia's market. I'm curious, when you look at the European Union and its apology to Italy for not rushing to its aid and seeing how the pandemic spiraled out of control in Europe as a result of this, do you see Europeans aiding Russia in all of this?
I think you'll probably see some states. I'll call them proxy states like Poland. They're looking at the Czech Republic and the former Balkans. And so those nations might help them out, but you're not going to see, I don't mean to be cold and calculated. I mean, I'm sure the Germans want to help the Russian people, but they also don't want that aid going to the Kremlin and going to those oligarchs who control that economy. I mean, the Russian economy, as much as it exists in the hands of the top 1% or the top 0.1% of the country. Everyone else is just getting the pieces that they throw them. And so that's what they're up against right now. And the virus doesn't care about the Russian economy. The virus doesn't care about oligarchs. The virus is going to take them all down.
Joshua Manning, really great to have you with us. We appreciate your analysis.